Some of you may wonder, why in the world would I have a Bigfoot with me looking afraid at the Bigfoot as a screenshot? Well, I'm going to share with you a clip that I recorded just a few minutes ago in the car. And it's going to seem a little odd, like Bigfoot. Like no one should be thinking this way. Who would ever think this way? Kind of like seeing Bigfoot, and you go to tell it, and people say, no way you saw it, so why do you tell it? People will probably be thinking, why in the world would anyone want to remain part-time, fun-time, instead of full-time? I'll tell you why. Keep watching. I think it's time for some car talk. Used to have Car Rider Line, and I did that talk one time. And hey, it worked out fine, but it's summertime. And my daughter is no longer in school, so it's just me and Bigfoot hanging out in the car. Kids are inside, the wife is inside, she teaches school, so she's off. So the house sometimes can be chaotic. I wanted to share with you just a few minutes. I'm going to pull the phone off of this. It may shake a little bit. Let's get close. I wanted to share with you a little bit about flex time. Now, I'm sure if you're on YouTube, I'm sure you have watched the Crazy Picker Life. These guys, it's a family. They're believers. They do a lot of things together as a family. They go on a bunch of vacations, but they have an eBay business, a little bit of Amazon, and that is the dad's, that's his sole income. Picker, as wheeler, dealer, and banana peeler. So his dealer is the one that's the dad. It's his sole income. He pays his kids. I think he's got 3 or 4 of the kids that work for him, some part-time, some full-time. And he's wanting to work it where he's able to do a lot of different things, and he wants it to work where he can take off a week or 2 weeks, still get paid, the family still get their income. He's wanting to work it that way. Great, man, that would be awesome to be able to do that. He's wanting to work it to flex time, where if he wants to work, he can. If he doesn't want to work, he doesn't have to. Here's a cool thing about where I'm at, and I think a lot of part-time YouTubers are here, and you lose this when you go full-time. So I'm going to do a little bit of advocating for part-time as flex time eBay business. To me, it makes the most sense. I serve as a pastor at a local church here just south of Atlanta. It's my home church. I've been all over the state of Georgia, pastored 2 churches in South Georgia, pastored a church in Alaska for a year and a half, and recently 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, I was called home to serve a church here just south of Atlanta. That's my home church I was baptized in, and I'm honored. I'm home. My family, my mom and dad live about 15 minutes away. They're members of the church that I pastor. I love it. I can't see doing anything else. Church is growing. A lot of great things are going on. So one of the things I have started about pretty close to a year ago now, I started in July of last year doing this eBay business. It has amped up. It has turned into a source of income, play money, but even more than that. I mean, there is money that's flowing through this business, and it's able to supplement my income. It's not a have to. It's I get to make a little extra money, and I enjoy it, and it's fun. And it's good to find good buys. It's good to make good sales. I enjoy it. It takes me a couple hours out of the day that I have if I'm able to do it. But here's the cool part about working the eBay business the way that I do. It is already flex time. if I don't want to do anything in my eBay business, I don't have to. I've got it set up where I've got a couple of days. I've had it set up on 3 days handling. Now I've got it set up on 2-day handling because I usually do it within the first day. I probably need to go to 1. But if I go to 1 day shipping, that puts the pressure on me. It ceases to be flex time. I have to do it, even if I don't want to, or if something else comes up, it becomes a job. I don't want eBay to be a job. I want it to be flex fun time. When I want to list, hey, I can list. If you look behind, well, you can't see it because of the glare. I'm sitting in my driveway. If you look inside of my garage, you will notice that, boy, I've got all kind of stuff that I could list. Things that I need to list, but I haven't listed yet. So here's what I'm going to advocate. I believe there are those individuals in this eBay business world that have been enticed to go full time. Quit your job and go full time. Make a living, make a run at it. If you feel like that is what you need to do, I think that is awesome. I think that is great. I think that is good. But what it's going to do is you are going to lose the ability for a long time to have eBay as fun time. It'll cease to be flexible. It will be I got to. So for me, even though I'm doing a lot of business, I have a few honey holes that I have been able to find stuff. I find things in quantities sometimes of 60, 70, 10, 133 I bought of the Minident. You've probably seen that in my eBay store. In my YouTube stories, you've probably seen that I have sold that. Made about $6,000 profit off that one purchase at the honey hole. But I found numerous purchases that I've made $1,000, $1,200, $1,300 at a time. So that is fun. But I can still do that in flex time. The most time I spent on every one of those items was not listing. Listing took me less than 20 minutes each one, some less than 5 minutes on each one. I put them for sale, and the longest time was shipping. Just putting them in a box, taping them up probably took more time than anything else. It is still fun when it's just sitting in the garage. You sell it, I print my label, I go, I'm done. So this business is fun now. It is flexible now. It is when I have time now. But I will never quit the ministry. I am called to serve as a pastor. That is my job. I pray I will die ministering, sharing the gospel, preaching, loving, serving, doing those things that I'm called to do as a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I will do that. I pray until the day I die. I will do eBay on the side till the day I die as well. But even if I was not in the ministry, I don't know if it would be tempting to quit my job to do eBay full time, because then eBay would become my job. If you hear what I'm saying, I think there are a lot of people that think, hey, if I go to work for myself and do this, you get pressure from your bosses now to sell and to to produce. You will be your boss, and what will be charging you and encouraging you to produce will be your bills. You will have to produce at a certain level to be able to pay your income, so it will cease to be fun. So here's what I'm going to challenge you to do. Instead of pushing the envelope forward and stressing yourself in eBay, keep it fun. Keep it flexible. And when it gets to the point that it is so fun and so profitable that there is absolutely no way that you couldn't earn enough and have fun still, I don't know if I would do it. I don't know if I would go to the point that I would turn the pressure and put the pressure on myself to have to produce to a level that it would then become a job and cease to be fun. So I'm advocating for very much part-time, flex, fun time when it comes to eBay. And I don't want the pressure of this being what's going to feed my family. I want it to be the pressure to go play golf next Monday and not worry about that $100 I may spend. I want my eBay business to be, hey, I want to spend an extra day on vacation and get that room for an extra day and not worry about it. But guess what? If eBay becomes my full-time job, I may not be able to take a vacation. Not because the money's not there, just because if you go on vacation for 3 or 4 or 5 days, it may put your eBay business back a month. I'm going to advocate now that if you are part-time, if you are flex time, or if you're even 3/4 times in eBay business and you've got income that stabilizes your life outside of that, I would think long and hard before I flew the coop at my job. I would probably keep a job where I could make steady money and do eBay on the side and make steady, fun money. And it can still always remain flexible and it would be fun. If it ceases to be flexible and becomes a has to, if it ceases to be fun in such a way that you can go picking when you want, you can ship when you want, you can list when you want, when it ceases to do all of that, it becomes a job and ceases to be fun. So I'm going to challenge you to think of that. This is a little bit of the talks that you get from Crazy Picker Life, where he kind of gives you a word of encouragement. Here's my word of encouragement. I have been gone from my eBay business for 5 days. It's been on vacation. I had turned my shipping time up to 5 days. I just mailed out 5 items. I'm exhausted from a Southern Baptist convention that I was just at. I am exhausted. So because I'm exhausted, I'm probably not going to do much with eBay today. I purchased some things. I may list some stuff. I found 3 items that'll sell for $50 a piece that I paid $4 a piece for. So hey, that's $100 at my honey hole that I found today. I may list that, or guess what? I may not. And that's the cool thing about eBay being my fun flex time, is because I don't have to. I can if I want to. I can if I choose to. I can if my wife tells me to get out of the house and go work in the garage. But I don't have to if I don't want to. If it becomes a job, I'll have to. So I'm going to advocate for flex time, fun time, part time. Hey, this is a Reverend Resale just with a word of wisdom from me. Take it. Hey, if you like it, deuces, cool. If you don't like it, deuces, cool. It's good too. Hey, love each of you. Don't know you. Thank you for a subscription. Thank you for a thumbs up. Thank you for a like. Hey, it's cool. Talk with you later. Deuces.